Hey guys, it's Rob back with a movie review. What the fuck? Who fucking drives a golf cart down the street? There's not even a golf course at... Fucking idiots, did you hear that? It's like fucking 15 degrees out right now and he's driving a fucking golf cart. Fucking bitch. Anyway, I'm here to review a movie when I got interrupted. I wanted to review the movie I Am Legend. Now, I saw this movie in the theater with, I think it was me and my dad. We went and saw this. And when I saw the trailer for this, I didn't really know too much about it. All I knew was that Will Smith was alone in New York. And that was all it really showed. I mean, it showed like, it didn't show too much of the creatures and stuff, but it was kind of a neat concept because it's like, this isn't zombies, it's something different with these different creatures, but he's alone in the city, so it kind of has that feeling of dread, like, you know, how do you survive alone? I mean, you go out, you have to eat, you have to drink, you have to get supplies and stuff like that, but I thought it sounded really interesting. And I remember seeing the movie coming out and I thought it was okay, but the main problem I had with this film was the CGI. I thought the CGI was terrible. Terrible. I don't know what they were thinking. The CGI to this turned it off. I think this would have been a pretty damn good movie if they would have not used the CGI bullshit creatures that they used. It takes you out of the fucking movie. It's like, am I watching a fucking cartoon combined with live action? What am I watching? But anyway, I thought Will Smith did a pretty good job. I'll be fair. He basically plays this virologist, I think that's how you say it, military virologist, and basically his name's Robert Neville, and he knows all about this. Like, what they did was they tried to cure cancer with this thing they created, like this virus thing they created, and what happened was it backfired and pretty much killed everybody. The ones who didn't die right away turned into these creatures and started feeding on people. So in a way you can kind of say, I mean, they're not zombies. They're far from that. They're not stupid, slow. They're not like Dawn of the Dead zombies. They're like creatures that, like, they lose all their hair, they're bald, their skin turns a different color, but they have like superhuman strength and they can jump high and like run really fast, and they only come out at night, these creatures do. So in a way it's like, oh, are these vampires? I mean, they can't go out in sunlight. Sunlight bothers them. So in essence you got vampires combined with zombies. That's kind of how you look at it, though they don't drink just blood. I mean, they're not vampires. But it's kind of like a combined theory. I mean, they can't go out in the sunlight, so they come out at night, and Robert Neville, he's by himself with his dog, and he's in this apartment, and he shuts the windows, like with these steel shutters and stuff. He sits in the bathtub, and he has to hear the sounds of them coming out at night, which I will say was a really creepy scene when nighttime comes, and all you hear is like yelling and screaming, and like people, oh, like yelling outside. The creatures start to come out and running everywhere. I'd be fucking freaked out. That was one scene that I really enjoyed. But he's basically the whole movie is him going around the city trying to find supplies with his dog and, you know, searching places. There's times where he goes into a movie store and rents movies. Basically what he does. And the dog he's with is really smart. The dog kind of, I wouldn't say protects him, but it's like his companion, because he doesn't have anybody. His family died in a helicopter accident crash while he tried to get him out of the city before the outbreak took place. So he's alone. And when I talk about bad CGI, like in the beginning when he's driving down the street, like there's like these deers that look so fake and this lion and stuff that are like CGI. It just looked terrible to me. I don't know. Maybe to some of you it didn't look that bad, but it looked terrible. So that's basically what he does is he goes around and tries to find supplies. At his house he has so much food, he has so many supplies that he's gathered. So he always goes out to this dock area at noon and he sends a radio transmitter thing where he says, like, if anybody's alive, meet me out there. I have food, I have shelter and everything. No one ever comes. So it's basically, he's like he's alone. And he's trying to find a cure for this disease that he created, pretty much. He's trying to find a cure. In his basement, he has a lab. He ends up capturing one of these creatures and tries to do, experiments on it. And he gets in kind of an awkward situation where the creatures finally catch on to what he's doing and they set a trap for him. And it turns nighttime and he's out there and these creatures are trying to attack him and stuff. And he just gets to the point where I think he wants to die. I think he wants to die, so he pretty much tries to commit suicide, and all these creatures try to take him down. And if they bite him, he is, I want to say, immune to it. Like, he takes shots and stuff. He is immune, so he can't really be turned into whatever those are. So that's nice. Oh, he's immune, but he's alone, so it's like a double-edged sword. But like I said, whenever I see the creatures on screen trying to kill him and stuff, it takes me out of the movie because it's so fake looking. It's just so bad. I mean, the zombies in World War Z looked better than these things. These things had huge mouths, like when they would open their mouth. This girl, finally you get some survivors. This girl and this kid end up saving him, and they go back to the apartment and stuff. And then these creatures find out where he lives, so they try to bombard the apartment. And there's this whole scene where he starts shooting them with guns and stuff. I don't know. Some of the movie's okay. I do want to kind of spoil the ending. He has one of those creatures in his basement doing experiments. The creatures that come from the outside, they break in, they all go down the basement, and they're trapped between this glass door. Will Smith pretty much commits suicide with a grenade because one of the creatures, the leader, is trying to break in, and he finally almost breaks in, and then Will Smith pretty much kills himself with the grenade, blowing all them things, blowing all of them up. To me, I didn't really care for that ending. Because the girl and the little boy survive. They go to this colony that's up the states or whatever, full of survivors and stuff. And they have a cure, pretty much. But the alternate ending, which is like a controversial ending, Will Smith lives. He basically gives, those creatures came there because they wanted to rescue the one of the creatures that was captured that he's doing tests on. Those creatures basically came for a purpose. They wanted that creature back, so Will Smith gives the creature back to the leader, and then they all leave. That kind of gave it a little bit more emotion instead of them just being killing machines. It kind of gave a little bit of emotion with the creatures that maybe they're not all bad. Maybe they do have some human elements into them. Maybe they can think for themselves somewhat. And so Will Smith survives, and then they drive up to the colony together. Now, I don't know what it was. I like that ending. I like the ending. I like that ending better than him basically committing suicide. I don't know. think Will Smith did a bad acting job in this film. I just don't think, I just, you know, the creatures took me out of it. And it's not a movie that is like action packed or nothing. It is kind of thrilling in some parts, but it's basically just him walking around the town or the city and trying to get stuff. I mean, he's totally outnumbered in this film. I mean, that's clear. A scene that I cannot watch is something that happens to his dog. His dog gets mutilated, and his dog he turns into one of those things, but he's a dog. That part I can't watch because Will Smith pretty much kills his dog. He's holding him like this while he's turning, and he's just doing this, and that's kind of a sad scene because I like dogs. I have a dog. Whenever I see cruelty to animals, it really, I can't watch that. Like, I couldn't watch Old Yeller. Well, I did watch it, but it would bother me. But a lot of things happen in this film, and not all of them are good, and it's just, I don't know, I just think the movie's okay. I think it's okay. Could it have been better? Of course. I think it could have been. I just think they made a big mistake on the creatures in this. I think they should have just used real people, you know, and makeup effects and all that stuff. Obviously, it's probably cheaper doing it this way with CGI. You could probably get more on screen doing all sorts of stuff that's not humanly possible. I get that, okay? But if it's done right, it can be done right. I mean, it could be awesome. I just think this movie's okay. It's nothing it's nothing great. It's not a fantastic film. It's not one of Will Smith's best. I mean, I didn't mind it. It was just okay. But if you really like this film, that's fine. You know, I'm not gonna call you stupid or anything. That's your opinion. Francis Lawrence he directed this film. James Newton Howard did the music, and I really like James Newton Howard. I think he does a very, very good job with his scores and stuff. I've always been a fan of him. But it's this movie is probably not for everybody. If you're looking for like an action-packed movie, this is not it. You know, like I said, there are some thrilling parts in here, but all in all, it's just an okay film. Anyway, that's my review of I Am Legend. What do you think of I Am Legend? Down in the comments, let me know. Like, what do you prefer, like the alternate ending or the other ending? Like, which one do you actually prefer? Anyway, this is Rob. Thank you for watching this review. Sorry if I spoiled it. I had to spoil it to talk about some of the points in the movie. It's very, very hard to do that when you can't spoil it. Then it's hard to talk about a certain thing. So, anyway, thank you for watching this, and I'll see you guys next time.